like to check that out though. Let me see. Let me see. What you got on back there? Ooh, I see it.
Yeah.
Damn. I love
I got
Iron
my
Man.
gigantic Iron Man.
But
I
you have
got
a whole
my
bunch of Iron Man on your bookshelf.
Oh, I got more Iron Man you could read.
Oh, I'm sure you do. So does my youngest. He loves Iron Man too. He loves Batman. We have a Batman wall. Like he put his Batman decor on his wall. Dude, look at
Yeah, it's
that.
funny. I got Batman. I got all my Batman stuff over here, and I got all my Iron Man right here.
Dang.
I mean, how can you not? They're two real people, kind of. Hey, they're more real than Superman
They're more real than Superman.
or Daredevil
Yeah,
or Captain America
I think that's the
or the
thing.
Hulk. How many
What
Hulks have you actually seen?
what is it like? Elon Musk is the closest to being a real life Iron
Nah,
Man.
we're not gonna do that. No, no. You know why? If people always go, Elon Musk is Iron Man. You know why I say Elon Musk is not an Iron Man? Is
I wouldn't
not
say
Iron
he's
Man.
Iron Man. He's closest thing, person to
He's
being
closest to
Iron
Iron
Man.
Man, but some
Yeah.
people call him Iron Man. But I was like, he can't be
No, he
Iron Man. You know
can't.
why he can't be Iron Man? Because he was in Iron Man 2, and I saw him and Tony Stark
He
standing
was
next to
an
each
Iron
other.
Man too. Yep.
Yeah, and him and Tony Stark shake hands, so they're not the same people.
Yeah. it's the He's the closest to a real life Iron Man. All right,
Yeah.
so Iron Man is the first movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU). This came back
Yeah.
out in 2008, right? I think I remember seeing
Yes.
the movie of you and another friend together. It was awesome.
Yeah. We went and saw it. Remember, I thought it was gonna suck.
Yeah, I think I remember that too. Yeah, cause
Yeah, I was a little upset when they go, "Oh, Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be it." I was like, "What?"
well, because you know what,
The guy was in that movie.
from all the previous superheroes before this, right? Before Disney completely took over this genre, there weren't there weren't a lot of them that was like really stood out or really well, right? I mean, I
Well,
like the
no, well, I
first
mean,
Spider-Man movie,
the first three first two
the first
Spider-Man
two
movies.
Spider-Man. Don't say
First
three.
two
Two
Spider-Man's good. Actually, the
Spider-Mans.
first Spider-Man was good. I didn't really like the second one.
Oh
I
yeah, I
thought
like
I
the second.
kind of got bored. And the third one, I didn't even go watch until I don't. It was long after I watched all the other movies before I saw Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, it's like two and a
Daredevil
half
was
hours.
okay until we saw another Daredevil.
hmm
Thomas Jane's Punisher was okay.
And what's that? Like a Ray something, right? Ray Stevens played the Punisher Warzone.
I didn't see Punisher Warzone,
I didn't see that one
but
either.
I'm going to think you're right. And then
Yeah.
we had the two Fantastic Four movies.
Was it in that order? Yeah, two Fantastic Four
I don't think
movies.
it was in that order, but that
Yeah,
was
but
all the movies that came out before they started this new.
the
And of course,
MCU,
we
right?
got the
Yeah,
X Men, which we got the X Men movies,
three X-Men movies. Yeah.
which I guess depends whether you're an X Men fan or not. If you're an X Men fan, then the movie sucked. If you weren't an X Men fan, then you liked the movies. Oh yeah, and
Uh,
we got a Wolverine movie too. Remember?
like a couple of them.
Well, yeah, we're gonna talk about the first one. Remember the first one
The
kind of
Origins movie, yeah.
made you not want to watch another one.
It has the only one that
And
has Deadpool in it. The first one.
yeah, yeah, what that one? Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. That was just a mistake. It was. Come on. Ryan Reynolds should have said he was so desperate he was in that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
He was so
Wait,
desperate. I
so
mean,
you,
it did pay off. It did pay off.
it did pay off, yeah, finally,
He
like
made it.
10 years later.
Maybe we could say that he made up for that crappy movie.
Yeah, he did. He like the whole role. But, okay, so you said you didn't like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron
No,
Man?
I'm not gonna say I didn't like Robert Downey Jr. I didn't see him in that much stuff, and I think I did. I just he had all his problems.
Yeah.
And plus, most of the Marvel movies, like we said, they were good, but they weren't that good.
Right.
There was always some disappointment. Like in Daredevil, it's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
Cheesy. The directing was really off. Then in Fantastic Four, kind of cheesy too.
It went by okay, yeah, it's cheesy.
Yeah, a
It's
lot of that
also
stuff.
like what you said last time, like when I was rewatching this Fantastic Four, it is not the MCU, right? But like these Marvel movies before the MCU, they're still so opera for nerds. I could see that in this one too, like the
Yeah,
Fantastic
I
Four.
could see it in a way, but it wasn't near as dramatic.
No, it's not as
It's
dramatic.
like whoever, like either a producer or a director in all those movies, just didn't take it very serious.
No, they weren't
Really,
on that
and
level.
probably some actors didn't take it that serious either. I don't
Yeah,
know. I mean, I guess I can't accuse any of them because I'm sure that a lot of them. Because to me, all the actors worked hard. I mean,
yeah,
people could trash Ben Affleck all they want, but I'm thinking he tried to do Daredevil.
Yeah, he tried to do Daredevil. Like it's just whatever. It could be the
didn't come
director,
off.
is an actor. We don't know.
Yeah, to me, I felt like the director wasn't really all that into it. But
Tim
any
story.
yeah, because he just kind of stood there in some scenes, just some scenes where he just standing there. I'm like,
Yep.
okay, action.
Yeah, let's just get this shot over
But yeah,
and over and
no,
go
the
home.
only thing I never really watched any Robert Downey Jr. movies because he didn't make movies I really wanted to watch. The only thing I can remember, The Fugitive. Oh, U.S. Marshals. That's what
yeah,
it is.
U.S. Marshals, the second one.
And he was
played the bad
actually
guy.
very good in it.
Yeah.
But after watching him betray Tommy Lee Jones in Blade, I was like, this guy's evil.
Yeah, you know what? It's very hard to judge. I think I remember like we didn't have high expectations because it's a superhero movie, you know. And then before
I mean, I guess
was
we
like,
didn't. Yeah, okay. So we didn't have high. It's just like I was like, this is Iron Man.
Yeah.
You can't goof up Iron Man.
No, I agree. Yeah.
You
With
know,
the special effects these days.
People. There's a lot of people trying to make Iron Man before. I mean, I remember when they were going to make it in that. I guess the late '90s, early '90s probably. And they're going to use Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Because I remember reading in the back of one of my comic books. You know, Stan Lee always had a soapbox in all his comic books, so he'd tell all the Marvel news, and he was always writing about, oh, we're going to get an Iron Man movie. It's going to be Tom Cruise. I was like, yeah.
I remember that too. I remember that a long time. Like still,
I mean, Tom Cruise is all right, but I'm like, I don't want Tom Cruise to be Iron Man either.
Yeah. It's like it's so hard to figure out who's Iron Man back then, right? Like
he probably could have pulled it off though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember we were all mad. We were like, did we go see it? And it was awesome.
It was awesome, right?
Well, we kind of got it. Well, it's when we heard about it. Then we saw the first trailer. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. Yeah, that was.
Then we went and saw it. Which, of course, what was that? That was when, we went and saw it. And it was pretty good. It was Paramount.
Yeah, Paramount. Yep.
Which is weird. Which I wonder is, how did they bring all these movies together? Because you got to think, Iron Man was Paramount, Hulk was the next movie in line, and it was Universal.
It was all under Disney, right? Is it?
No, they weren't. They weren't all under Disney yet.
Marvel it's probably because they got the distribution rights. Yeah,
but they weren't. Disney didn't buy out Marvel Studios yet.
No, they didn't. It's probably because you know what? That's interesting.
Somebody had a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why this is so successful, because somebody had a plan for several movies in the shared universe.
Yeah, and then before they can fund their own stuff, they need other studios' help just to bring this along.
I mean, there was, and I'm going to guess it was Kevin Feige that was the main guy driving.
Is that Feige? Isn't it Feige?
Feige. I'm sorry, Kevin Feige.
Like who?
Man, give me a letter.
Oh, you gotta, you take your nerd card away, please.
Okay, let me find my nerd card.
I think you said it before. Like you even said Kevin Feige when you wanted to put him in a stone castle in the middle of the room nowhere. So he's protected.
Yeah, I don't want to put him in a stone castle anymore. I'm gonna put him.
He's got to be protected, whatever it is.
You know what? He needs to start making appearances in all the movies, I guess.
Oh, like we play Stan Lee?
He's the new Stan Lee.
He is, right? He's the visionary. Yeah.
He's the Stan Lee for the MCU.
That's good. Like, a lot of people want Deadpool to replace Stan Lee, but like, no, I don't know if anybody can replace Stan Lee. But Kevin Feige should be the one.
I don't want Deadpool replacing.
You're right.
I am not that hardcore into Deadpool.
Yeah.
I don't think Deadpool's movies were really that good.
It's okay. I mean, I like them. It's funny.
They're okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're okay, but they're not MCU level.
No,
good.
they're not yet.
I don't really think. I don't know if they can pull it up. I'm waiting to see. Doesn't he have a third movie coming out?
Well, Kevin Feige didn't talk about it, but just the industry.
They keep saying there's a third movie.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. They know that Disney's keeping the rated R rating.
Yeah, but I mean they can have a rated R. It just better be better than the last two.
Yeah, we'll see. That's why I told my wife, like, can't wait until they reboot Fantastic Four, and I can't wait until they do X-Men, because from all these MCU movies, right? I know they've done a good job, and they haven't let me down. Nobody has let me down. Not even the movies, not the shows, not WandaVision. Nothing has let me down.
It's gonna be a really dark day if they ever let anybody down.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really dark day, right? So like, I know they're gonna hire the right people, cast the right people. Like, just Fantastic Four and X-Men, that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for, too.
Yeah, see, a lot of people, too.
I don't know. I don't know what the secret is, because, it can't just be Kevin Feige, though, because, Netflix did we saw 4 different characters.
Yeah.
And they did an excellent job with those.
They did, yeah. It's probably just the writers they got.
I think it's the writers, and it's got to be how serious they want to take this universe.
Yep, they're taking it very seriously. They don't want to.
The only thing that's been in the MCU that I've kind of had a little problem with so far is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, see, I haven't seen that yet. I seen season 1.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. started off good, and then it has its moments, but then there's a lot of.
Oh, you know what? Something did fail. That something did get canceled. Agent Carter.
Yeah, but Agent Carter was good.
Oh, Agent Carter was good. That's
I saw all the seasons of Agent Carter. I actually liked Agent Carter better than I liked Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Really? But it is canceled, right?
They canceled it.
Yeah.
Even though it was doing better than in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I don't know what happened, you know. All right, but you know what? I gotta get back on Iron Man. So we watched it just so that we can have this chat.
Yeah, when we watched it, I mean, it was not a problem watching Iron Man.
No, it wasn't, right? It's
how
long is the running time? Like, I thought, like, every time we watched it, so I was like, oh, man, I have to watch the whole beginning where he got captured by the 10 wings, you know?
Yes.
And I'm like, well, that part actually goes by pretty quick. Like, now I keep rewatching it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for me, it did. I was like, oh, it's not that bad.
It's an important part of the story.
Yeah, it's a good part of the story.
And I like how they tell it. I mean, because it starts off with him get captured, and then it flashes back to show you how big of a jerk he is.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say it just shows how big a jerk. It wants to show you how rich he is, you know?
Yeah, how rich he is, yeah.
We see him in the desert, and he's hanging out with those guys, and everything gets blown up.
They did pretty well because his business was to sell weapons. And then when he saw what happened...
the whole idea. It's like, and it's just like the comic book. The original comic book in the 1960s, he was like a Howard Hughes type character that produced weapons, because at that time Vietnam War was going on.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they wanted to make him kind of part of the establishment.
I like that connection. You said Howard Hughes, and his dad is named Howard Stark.
Yeah, his dad's name is Howard Stark.
Nice.
Which, if you watch, I mean, and you'll see that in the other Marvel movies. You'll see Howard Stark more.
Yep.
And he is more like Howard Hughes.
Yeah, he is. Very innovative.
And a very important character. And actually, in the comic book, his father really, I guess they added on. His father became other stuff, but in the comic book, the early comic book never mentioned his father really all that much.
So they build up.
But the movie does actually follow the first issue of
Iron Man, right?
Iron Man pretty correctly. But they updated it for our times, you know, because in the first the Iron Man comic book is during the Vietnam War, and he goes to South Vietnam, and he hits a booby trap and gets shrapnel in his heart. Oh. And he's saved by a man named Professor Yeltsin.
Oh, okay.
So he's Vietnamese, you know.
Oh, they updated to the time he's in the Middle East. Okay.
In our time, you know, it's in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And he gets almost killed by his own weapon, but he is still saved by a guy named Yeltsin.
Oh, that's
even
cool.
though they never, I think his name is Ho Yeltsin. That they never put it in the movie.
In the movie.
Which is probably good, because you'll be like, why is this guy's name?
Yeah, why is it like Ho? Like, what the?
He's Middle Eastern, and his name is Ho.
It's pronounced Hua. Okay, that's how they do it.
Yeah, but I want to tell you the bad villain. Okay, because then this one is 10 Rings.
Yeah, 10 Rings.
And I don't remember if they ever say the name of the main bad guy.
No, I don't remember too. Like that.
In the comic book, captured him, right? But in the comic book, the main bad guy of the guerrilla group that's holding him captive.
Yeah.
His name was, I think it was Wong Chu.
Oh, Wong Chu! Oh my gosh! Maybe that's why they didn't name him. Like, hey, we can't up this, okay?
But I liked it though in the movie. Because when I'm sitting there watching it and we see the 10 Rings, I was like, all right, the Mandarin's going to show up. And I kind of thought, is this main bad guy? Is he going to be the Mandarin? Is he going to be the Mandarin? And it's a big deal, because if you're a comic book fan or you're an Iron Man fan, you know who the Mandarin is. He's the main arch villain of Iron Man.
Yeah.
So we get this teaser. So we're thinking, we're going to get a movie one day that shows the Mandarin finally.
Yep.
We never do. And we're very disappointed. Now, see, a lot of people are like, why is everybody mad during Iron Man 3? I'm telling you why we're mad during Iron Man 3. Because during Iron Man 1, we thought we were going to get...
My brother-in-law is one of those, too. Like, my brother-in-law is so upset, like, when the Mandarin...
I mean, I liked Iron Man 3. I know, and we're not talking about Iron Man 3, but I liked Iron Man 3. But, like I'm saying, this is the movie that set us up for disappointment in the third movie.
Disappointment, I know.
Yeah, so right now, when we see the flag, it says the 10 Rings, I'm I'm happy, but I'm going to be disappointed 3 movies from now.
You can tell the future.
But it's awesome though, because it's. But I like it to show, like we said, it flashes back to show us how rich he is.
Yeah.
You want to. It's got to show you how big a genius he is and how rich he is and how he doesn't really care about the world.
No.
That's why we get to see him.
That's why they did it by winning the award. Actually, they did it by winning the award, and he's not even there to accept it.
Yeah,
he was just gambling. Yeah.
Yeah, he takes a Rolls Royce and all his security guards to go gamble.
Yep.
While Obadiah Stane and his friend Rhodey.
Yep.
Take get the award, and then they show it to him, and he just hands it to Caesar.
Yeah, hands it to Caesar. Yep.
Oh yeah, and then he meets Andy Earhart, the reporter.
Yes.
Which is that's an awesome scene. It's got a lot of good lines. It's like a comic book. I like it when she walks up.
Well, actually, before you got wait, hold on. It was after? No, it was before. Oh, he talks to those soldiers, and he's like, the guy's raising his hands, like, "Are you kidding me? You don't."
Well, the soldiers don't show up until later on after this.
They don't. I thought he talked to them first. No, it was before. After they got blown up, that's when they did the flashback. Remember?
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Because it shows him with his
the Marine, right? He asked him. Or the
no, they're airmen.
Airmen, okay.
Remember Air Force? These guys work for Rhodey.
Is it true that you went 12 for 12 for Marcum, whatever? He's like, well, yes and no. Such an asshole.
Yeah, it was twins, so it worked out.
December, so it worked out.
I think it also shows the woman smiles too.
Yeah.
She's driving. She smiles to show that he's a charming guy.
Yeah, he's a charming. Oh my God,
I mean, even though he's a jerk, everybody likes him because
I know.
I call that the other guy, "Hey Forrest, you serious?" with a hand up.
And when they did that award ceremony thing, they did that life of Tony Stark really quick. When they say like at age of 9 he built his first engine, and he graduated MIT like at age 16.
That was pretty good.
Whatever. Yeah, it was
with all the magazine covers.
Yeah,
showing
it was
Forbes
really quick.
and then Obadiah Stane looking at the Earth and all that stuff. I mean, it had to set up the relationship between him and Obadiah Stane.
Yeah, Obadiah. Yep, Obi.
So, which is awesome because it's the dude.
But they didn't have to fill you back with a lot of boring stuff, which a lot of us don't like. Like they made this movie for nerds, right? It's kind of like what they say about Spider-Man. Like, hey, I know how Spider-Man comes to be Spider-Man.
No, to me they made this movie. To me, they made this movie for a general audience, really.
Yes. Oh yeah. No.
I haven't met anybody that doesn't like it because I mean, this movie's really good because when you talk about if you meet somebody, you say something about a computer or something, they go, "Oh, I don't have something like Tony Stark has."
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't have money like Tony Stark." I mean, Tony Stark is almost like it's like he's a real guy in our world.
It's really funny when you said that, Shane. I remember the first time, was it 21 Jump Street when Ice Cube was like, "Look at this shit. This looks like some shit that Iron Man has." I know, it was so funny. You're right, I do. I'm not. But a lot of people do that.
I mean, I was talking to some guy that was in the Air Force, and I said something about the computer. He said the computers were kind of run slow, and I was like, I would have thought they ran fast. He goes, "Oh, we don't got anything like Tony Stark has."
Yeah, Tony Stark, like no Jarvis, nothing. We don't have robot butlers.
People talk about it. Yeah, that's the thing. People talk about Tony Stark like he's real in our world.
Yeah, he's real like Tony Stark
like,
technology.
He's a bigger celebrity than the smart people that we really have.
Yeah. A fake guy, yeah, because not relatable, right? But it's easy to be recognized.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. You don't really hear. I mean, there are people make references to the other Marvel characters now. I mean, you hear some Iron Man and some Thor references.
Yeah.
But mainly everybody knows Tony Stark. Tony Stark.
Yeah, it's Tony Stark because he's the face of the MCU of this phase 1, 2, and 3. And I know
one thing I just want to say is because I know a lot of people want to point out that Batman's always come out. The Batman movies almost came out every time an Iron Man movie come out, and they made more money. But I'm like, I never hear anybody go, "Hey, that computer's like Bruce Wayne."
Yeah, I'm like, all this shit like Bruce Wayne. Like, I mean, the Batcave. Like, I don't even say. Well, I like to say the Southeast Ring, but I haven't said that in a long time. Even my dog is named Jarvis,
The only reference I ever hear from Batman is, "I'm Batman."
Yeah, I'm Batman. That's it. Like I said, my dog is named Jarvis, right? I never named my dog Alfred.
I kind of would.
But Jarvis is a cooler name, right? When I say, "Hey, Jarvis, stop barking." Jarvis, come
Jarvis
here.
Is a cool name.
It is Jarvis. When I say, "Hey, Jarvis, come here," this is awesome.
But I thought it was kind of funny though. We start off when we were watching the first of the movie when he drives to the airport. You know, he drives his own car and he has Happy
Yes.
drive the car
Oh, he
behind
doesn't
him.
call him Happy. Did you realize that?
What did he call him?
He called him Hogan or something.
Oh yeah, well he called him by his real name.
Yeah, he called him by his real name.
His first name is Happy. It's Happy Hogan.
Yeah, Happy
I
Hogan.
think he actually
right?
has another name. It's something Happy Hogan.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a former boxer and his bodyguard.
Yeah.
And actually, in the comic books, he's his chauffeur too.
He's chauffeur. Yeah, he does that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, by the way, we got to point out that Happy Hogan is the director of the movie.
Yep, Jon Favreau. Who knew? Who knew he would be such a big name, right? Like.
Yeah. Who wouldn't? I would have never thought he would.
No, because like it says Jon Favreau. Okay, we've seen this guy in Swingers. I seen him
exactly.
guest star on Friends. I seen him very bad
a lot
things.
of stuff that would have never gone. Hey, this is going to be an awesome movie.
This is going to be an awesome dude. Like he directed Elf.
I mean,
like, a lot of people like Elf. You know, like oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, the nice thing was I was thinking, it doesn't have Vince Vaughn in it. I wonder if it's going to be good.
You know what's really funny?
He's always got Vince Vaughn in all.
Maybe he's never a comedic guy. I think it was you that told me about John C. Reilly. John C. Reilly is a very dramatic actor, right?
Yeah, he was a very serious actor.
Yeah, he's a very serious actor, but now he's so good with Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
And
he's
I
awesome.
think it was you that told me that, like, hey, you got to go where the money is, right?
Well, yeah, you do. Well, I mean, that's where he's making more, because you got to remember, you never heard of him until he started making the funny movies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. He was in Days of Thunder.
Yes.
But he wasn't, I mean, he didn't do nothing, and you didn't hear about him, you know?
Well, he was in 2 different Leo DiCaprio movies.
Yeah, he was.
Aviator?
And he was actually pretty...
And the Butcher one.
The Aviator.
The Aviator, and what's the other one? With Gangs of New York.
Oh, okay, Gangs of New York. Yeah, and he was a serious actor, you know?
He's a serious
actor. He was good
actor.
in those roles. I mean, but he's much better
He's
at
much better
comedy.
doing comedy, yeah. It's kind of like Jon Favreau. We never knew that. You know?
Yeah.
Like, we never knew Jon Favreau would be like a genius in doing nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
Never knew.
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, the problem is we're too busy worrying about Robert Downey Jr. that we didn't care that Jon Favreau was directing the movie.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, because it's not until after we watched the movie, we're like, Henry Hogan was the director?
Yeah, Hogan was the director, yeah. Jon Favreau's director, yeah.
He did a good job.
He did a great job. I mean, that's how he started the MCU. That was the first movie. That was the first movie that started this whole universe.
Yeah.
One out of 23 so far.
So
but he did direct all of them.
Yeah, the funny thing, the sad thing is when we started watching this universe, we're like, oh, I wonder what was the next movie? Hulk?
The Hulk, yeah, Incredible Hulk.
Which I didn't care about the Hulk, but I was worried that Thor wasn't going to be good. And then I was worried Captain America
was. I did too. Yeah, I also worried about Captain America wasn't being good.
After a while, you just didn't care because you're like, no, it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. Like, after that, I was like, oh, they did Thor was pretty good. Captain America was pretty good.
Somebody goes, hey, they're making Avengers. You think that's going to be good? And we'd be like, of course it's going to be good.
Yeah. You know, it's really funny when I thought the same thing in Captain America because I saw the 1990 one, right? And that was not good.
I was lucky I didn't.
And I was thinking, like, how are they going to make Captain America look good? Because my expectation was just that. There's no other things. But same thing with Iron Man, too.
You know, when they said Captain America, the first thing I thought of Dolph Lundgren, Punisher.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I thought about that nobody that did Captain America because I remember watching that movie because I rented it on VHS back in New York because I was like, oh my God, there's a Captain America movie. And like, man, it's so disappointing.
I've never seen it because I think it was so bad they banned it.
It's so disappointing, man. Oh, you know what? I have a copy of it on VHS, man.
No, I don't want to see it.
I have one VHS in this house, and it's because it has that Captain America movie.
Oh, that's horrible.
It is.
You should burn it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And you're right. Like all these first movies, like the the 4 Avengers. Like I didn't have high hopes for Captain America. It turns out to be really good. And then I know we're getting too far off. And then the Winter Soldier was even better. It's just like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
From now on, I don't have to worry about the MCU movies anymore. I'm not going to be disappointed.
We don't have to for now.
No.
But
I mean, they have a pretty good track record so far, Shane. You think they're going to let us down after 12 years? 12 years. It's good. Great track record, Not even Police Academy can hold up to this,
Why would you even go to Police Academy? Police Academy wasn't supposed to be good.
I mean, like, what was another genre that has most of the same cast returning besides Police Academy?
Star Trek.
Oh, Star Trek is good. You know what? Also, I was talking to my wife today. I pointed out, like, with all these cinematic, like, movies and TV shows tying together, right? I always wanted something like this. The only series that ever did something like that was Star Trek.
Yeah.
There was nothing else that ties in TV shows and movies together.
Not that I can think of either. Now
Yeah,
that you say
Star
that.
Trek is the only one. I'm like, and
Not with
nobody,
a lot of not with a lot of movies,
yeah, it's a lot of.
But I mean,
movies
if you were to
and
say
TV
go
shows.
from TV to movies, I mean, X-Files did that.
X-Files, but there wasn't a lot of movies though. Like
No,
X-Files,
there was only
two
what?
movies.
I think they only made 2 now, but there was
Yeah.
only 1 for the longest time.
Yeah,
So yeah, I can't think of anything else that went from TV.
Yeah.
Well, could operated in the TV universe and operated in the movie universe, and they were connected.
Yeah, connected with the same
These are the only
characters.
2. These are the only 2 that I could think of.
Yeah, it's just Star Trek and MCU.
Yeah, MCU. Because I mean, even DC Comics couldn't do it.
No, like you said last time, they just let everybody do their own thing. No, there's no direct supervisor.
There's no direction.
Yeah, no. It's just everybody do their own thing. They're trying to connect
and they
it
could
together.
and they could have been. That's the problem, Because I'm like, they have because I noticed they just hired a new what is it, Supergirl for the Flash, and I'm like, you already have a Supergirl. Now you got another one. I'm like, you already got like 3 Supermans, because they have a Superman for Lois and Superman. They have a Superman for the movies, and then they have a Superman for the Supergirl show. So I'm like, come on, dude, just get 1 Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, spend some money.
Yeah, well, DC have that Infinite Earth or whatever, Crisis on Infinite Earth or whatever. I can't remember.
Well, it doesn't matter. Come on. They got Samuel L. Jackson to show up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., okay?
Yeah.
Now,
that's huge.
That's dedication.
That's dedication.
That's why I love Samuel L. Jackson.
Dude, just wait until you watch WandaVision, okay? You have no idea how much I appreciate MCU even more after the 3rd episode of WandaVision. Yeah,
Because, I mean, that guy, he's Nick Fury. He don't give a crap if it's on TV or the movies. He's Nick Fury, okay?
You know, it's really funny because when they shoot these things, they don't really tell them how they're going to show it anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. But, I mean, you would know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on TV, and you know the Marvel movies and movies. I mean, come on. That's the crap. But I'm like,
just wait until you watch WandaVision. Just wait until you watch WandaVision, man.
I'll watch it. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna love it. I already know I'm gonna love it. It's just,
it's really
I don't want to have to go through withdrawals between each show.
That's what I'm going through right now. But okay, back to Iron Man.
Yeah.
All right. Now he's captured.
So we're
I
at
want
the
to
pilot.
ask you about hold on. You said it's really tied in with the comic book really well, except they just updated. So the first
I'd say
it's
pretty close to the comic book.
Yeah. So the first suit he felt, right, is very similar, right? I remember seeing the comic books for the 60s.
Well, he had a rough suit. Let's put it this way: the difference is, in the comic book, when he has shrapnel in his heart, he has a shield. He has to wear part of his suit, 24 hours a day. He has to wear the suit to keep him alive. So he wears like a whole faceplate. But in the MCU now, he just has a tiny little arc reactor in his chest.
Arc reactor, yeah.
Yeah, they never put anything in his chest in the comic book. He just has a shield on him.
Oh, okay.
So he wears this shield that he's got to plug in all the time. And the problem is the comic book, sometimes the shield runs out of electricity and he almost dies. It's like the amount of power he has in the body armor is what kind of is the story.
Okay.
Of course, Obadiah Stane doesn't show up. For a long time.
For a long time?
Yeah, I think his second enemy was some kind of Neanderthal guy.
Oh, so it was lame.
Yeah, it's a caveman. Yeah, he fights a caveman. And then the third issue, he fights a Russian guy. But not Whiplash. He doesn't fight Whiplash.
Not Whiplash, okay.
No, he fights the Molten Man.
Oh.
And actually, he meets the Black Widow, too.
Oh, he does, okay.
Yeah, he meets the Black Widow, so by the second episode, everything's like... That's why I thought there was going to be something else in the second episode, but instead we got Whiplash.
Yeah.
Which is also, we got to point out, though, one of the fighter jets' call signs in the first movie, his name's Whiplash.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember the fighter jets when he gets in the confrontation with the F-22s?
Yeah.
And he gets on the belly of the deal?
When he got he got upset, he tried to attack that town close to that town.
Exactly. When he attacks Gomera.
Yeah.
He fights one of the jet fighter's call sign is Whiplash.
Oh shoot! I didn't see that.
Yeah, I forgot what the other one's name is, but one of them was Whiplash, and it was actually supposed to be a reference to Whiplash from.
Oh, of course.
So yeah,
nice.
We see that. but we're also introduced to Pepper Potts, which I
Pepper
think she
Potts.
shows up maybe in the comic books. I think she shows up in the second comic book, and so does Happy Hogan. You don't see
Okay.
Happy Hogan or Pepper Potts in
You
the
know, I want to talk about the cast for a second. So, when this movie came out, right? I read about everybody who was on the cast. Like everybody's like an Iron Man fan. Like, well, except for Gwyneth Paltrow, right? Gwyneth Paltrow was in it because her husband. I don't know if she's still married to the same guy. Her husband was a huge Iron Man fan.
No, she wouldn't have been married to the same guy.
Oh, she's not
I
married to the
can't see
same
the
guy.
guy from Coldplay being an Iron Man fan. I mean, I guess he is, but it just
Well, you
doesn't.
never know, right? Like you like to
I mean,
read
I'm
comic
sure a lot
books.
of people are.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even
Iron Man's
Terrence
been around
Howard
for.
likes Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man's been around. I mean, the comic book was always kind of hard to read. I mean, I wasn't always interesting. I mean, I had a bunch of Iron Man comics, and I read them. I liked the suit, but the villains really weren't all that interesting. It was more of what goes on in his head than anything. If you
Also,
wanted
just
some
personal
action,
problems. Yeah.
yeah, when I wanted to read some action, I just go read the X-Men and Wolverine. It's a little more interesting.
So what was Tony struggling with in this Iron Man? Like just he didn't like the dealing of the under the table, right? To
Oh yeah, in
whoever
the
the highest
movie.
bidder.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it was just dealing with the fact that he was never really a happy person.
No, because he never figured out what he wants to do,
Well,
right? He just
yeah, well, he just kind of like just goofed off through life, you know. He didn't really run that company apparently, or
no.
he realized he didn't run the company after he found out that Obadiah Stane was always doing
Yes,
everything.
he's doing
Plus,
everything.
you know, the first of the movie shows him just goofing off, you know, with every meet. He didn't really take Pepper all that serious, you know, because she just shows up and he talks to her a little bit and just goes away.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't take Rhodey very seriously because we saw how he treats him. You know,
Yeah.
he always shows up late. You know, and drinks some sake, which would be awesome. I
On
want
the
some sake
airplane,
right
yeah.
now. And then, you know, in the cave when he's talking to Yeltsin, remember Yeltsin goes when he leaves, he has a family.
Yes.
He asks Tony Stark, "So how about your family?" And he goes, Tony Stark doesn't say anything. He goes, "Oh, so a man that has everything and really has nothing."
Yes.
So it's kind of shows, yeah, and you can see Tony Stark just.
He doesn't have anyone. Yeah, he doesn't have anyone. Yeah.
He doesn't really have anybody.
No. Nobody he's close to.
And it's not until after he gets out of the cave, remember he has that set in, you know, where he's sitting down.
Yeah.
He has to sit down and then he starts talking about his dad, and then he starts talking about all the U.S. soldiers he saw get killed with his weapons, and he needs to change.
Yeah.
So this is the point where he decides he wants to be a hero.
Yeah. He want to do something positive.
Yeah.
He talked about that with Pepper too. He asked Pepper to help, and she was like, "No, I will not see you kill yourself." And he's like, "I finally found my calling, and then you're not gonna help me."
Yeah.
That
he reaped all these rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah. He realized he's been taking everything, and he's a genius.
Yeah.
He should use it for something other than playing
destruction.
It's Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, Caesar's Palace. Yeah.
And not showing up for stuff. And then when like women say, "Hey, do you remember me, Tony?" He goes, "Nope."
Yeah. Do you remember? Nope.
Sure
That's
don't.
the point where he showed up to his own party without him knowing there's an own party.
Yeah. How could I do that? He crashes his own party.
Yeah, crashes his own party. Yeah, it was Stan Lee. Hey, looking good health.
Which is another. Which we also get to see the Shield. You know, we see Agent Coulson.
Agent Coulson. That was before they called Shield the first time. Yes.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, they didn't call themselves Shield yet,
no.
even though they had the old Shield symbol.
Yep.
Which I like the old Shield symbol better than I like the new Shield.
The symbol. Eagle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an eagle. Yes, with the U.S. symbol on the front of it.
Yep.
You know,
I have that wallet.
Oh, you got that wallet? You got the new one, or you got the old one?
I got the old one.
Yeah, the old one's awesome.
Yeah, the old one is like a front pocket wallet, so it has a big old emblem. There's like a metal thing. It's really nice wallet, but when you put it in a pocket, right, this thing sticks out. It makes your pants kind of tight because the wallet is this thick without anything in it because that symbol is metal, you know.
Well, it's okay. What's wrong with that? Because when somebody asks you, "Why is your pants all tight?" You go, "This is my wallet."
I'm Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., okay?
Yeah, no, because I got money.
Hail Hydra.
Yeah, it's my wallet.
Yes. Okay, so Agent Coulson, he was trying to debrief him too.
Yeah, because they want to know how he escaped. They got an idea why he escaped.
But yeah.
You know, well, of course we know why. At the end of the movie, it's explained when Nick Fury shows up at his house. You know, after the credit scene. Yeah.
Do you consider that a weapon? Like when did Tony like was that his purpose to make that suit a weapon to begin with? Because he told Pepper that it's like a flying
he made
thing.
that suit. Well, he made the suit the first. He actually made the suit to escape.
Yeah.
But he can't leave. He's one of those guys that's got to keep perfecting.
Keep perfecting. I know.
So he made a suit to escape. But then he thought, man, I was flying through the air, I was getting shot and not getting hurt. So he probably goes, I could do something better. And then he probably decided, I'm going to help somebody. But he probably didn't know how he was going to help them. But he knew he needed to fly. He knew
weapons.
What he needed from his ordeal in the caves. Because you remember when he refused to make the Jericho missile, it shows him dunking his head in the water, and he has a vision. And then it shows him seeing an arc reactor. But I'm thinking that's what it shows us on film. But if they could, for time and stuff, he probably came up with the Iron Man suit and everything else right then. Too.
Oh, right then.
Yeah, because he saw the arc reactor on film. We could see that. Right. But then he also shows Yeltsin the blueprints for the Iron Man suit real soon. So I'm going to think that's when he had the epiphany, was when he was getting dunked in the water and getting electrocuted.
So I have a question, for both, on a subject that both of us know nothing about. That's physics, okay? So remember when Iron Man flew from one town to another? Like, he got shot down by a missile, right? Then he just landed on this pile of dirt or sand or whatever the hell that is. Shouldn't that hurt a lot?
Should have, but he's Iron Man.
That's the thing. Like, it's like, so the suit protects him from, like...
Have you ever seen anybody flying around in a metal suit?
No, but I would imagine that would hurt, right?
How would we know? Nobody's ever done it yet. Let me put it this way: until somebody actually flies up in a metal suit and crashes to the sand, and we see what happens, I'm gonna say you're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be okay because we just saw that in a movie, like in a metal suit. There's no padding. I mean, no, when he put that suit on,
but he did. Okay, so me and you were talking about the same thing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because when he escapes from the cave and he shows him crash in the sand.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It should have tore him all to pieces.
It should.
Because all he had was a little leather jacket on under that deal. But I'm going to assume that his engineering skills was able to build that suit where it could take an impact. Because if you take a bullet, taking cannon impacts, I'm thinking he could
just in case.
And the thing is, I'm sure it kind of hurt enough that when he built the red suit, he made sure he made that suit survive an impact against the ground.
Except the helmet is always tight, That's
thing. Well, I'm thinking up under the suit, it's probably got little bitty metal softening in arms that could help take the impact.
The cushion,
and move his body so it doesn't break any legs and arms.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I mean, come on.
He doesn't have any superpowers.
You got to think. I mean, you can't think like yourself. You got to think like Tony Stark when you're going to talk about.
Yeah, it's got to be saved. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Because somebody hitting you in the face really hard, even if you have an armored suit, if somebody was to hit you in your head really hard, you could break your neck if you don't build reinforcement in the neck.
Yeah, exactly. So, they didn't kind of show that, but I guess they solved that problem when he flies that really high and he caught that altitude and he turns to ice.
Yeah. And remember, he solves that problem.
He solved that problem,
that's the thing. He's one of those people that every time something happens, because, I mean, you got to remember, the best thing about this movie is when he's building the suit, He's got his little robots that keep spraying him with the deal called Dummy instead of Wall-E.
Yeah, Dummy.
But the thing is, it shows every time he does something, he makes an improvement.
He makes an improvement, like the flying thing.
Flies, and it's I mean, one of the most entertaining parts of the movie is him working with stuff. When he builds the flight stabilizer.
Yeah, the thrusters. Yeah.
Of course, the first thing Pepper Potts goes, "You building a weapon?" No, it's a flight stabilizer.
It's a flight stabilizer. Yeah.
And it flows him into the wall.
Yeah.
So he figured out how to fix that, and then the next scene shows him fly up and hit the ceiling.
Yeah. He's got to control the power, yeah.
And then he can fly. And then he builds a suit, and then of course he flies up, and he flies all the way up, and he lands on the roof, goes through the roof.
Yeah.
And ruins a Shelby Cobra. Luckily for our real world, it was not a real one.
Yeah, it's not a real one. Yeah.
It was just a kit car, a very expensive kit car.
Yes. Yeah, I know. They just felt that so they could break it.
Yeah, I like that. One of his best scene is, yeah, I can fly.
I can fly. Yep, I can fly.
But I
mean, they never actually show you when he puts those little missiles in his arms and stuff, like in all the weapons.
Yeah, when he put all the weapons. Well, it shows us the stabilizer. We see the stabilizer for the boots.
Yeah.
Remember, it opens and stuff, and then of course you get the idea how the suit works because when he's in the gray suit, the silver suit,
yeah,
it shows all the movements of the suit. So you can see how he directs, how he would fly through the air with all the little pieces moving.
Oh, I know.
I mean, they threw a bunch of little pieces in of stuff. It may not actually really make sense if you're a genius, like a physicist, like you're saying.
Yeah, I know
But
exactly.
to a regular audience,
Yeah.
his suit moves around. That's how he flies.
Yeah,
okay?
that I accept that as reality.
And that's all you
It.
need.
Yeah.
Because
That's all
if
you
you're gonna sit there and tear everything apart, you need to go watch like the mysteries of science instead of watching.
I must have, like I must have, like I care too much about how physics works. I need to talk to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Go watch if you don't like it, go watch Cosmos, which is very good too.
Oh, Cosmos is Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes,
yeah.
I love it.
I love it. I love that guy. No, so okay, before we get back on, no, I haven't seen it.
Your mind.
So I love Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? The first time I heard him speak was on a Joe Rogan podcast, okay? So after the first one, okay? So, sometimes Joe Rogan talks to these people a long time, like 2-3 hours, right? So just 45 minutes into the conversation, I felt like I had heard about 3 hours worth of information. That's when I'm like, I love this scientist, man. He is such a genius. It makes me feel like these are the guys
Well, he's smart because he's on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, see, so, it feels like this is what Big Bang Theory people are making fun of. These kind of smart people. I'm like, because, when I was working while I was listening, right? So 45 minutes, like, oh my God, I've been listening to this a long time. It's only been 45 minutes. It's so great information. I love Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee that he would tell you that everything in Iron Man was true.
It's wrong.
I mean, he could probably explain to how crushing into sand you could survive it. Okay.
Yeah, he can survive. Yeah, he has.
It's
he
sand.
can do the math. He probably does
come
the
on.
math.
You fell. If you were to trip and fall, wouldn't you want to fall in sand or rock?
Yeah, I want to fall in sand.
Exactly. So that's why
something
we know
soft,
everything.
Like grass, like mud, or something.
So the way I see it is, we already solved the mystery of why he was able to crash in sand.
Yeah,
even though it doesn't really make sense to us, we know why it happened.
Yep.
Even though his suit was completely off.
Yes.
When he gets out of the sand.
Oh boy. Okay, so we're back at the part where he landed in the sand and he got rescued, right? And
he gets rescued by his buddy Rhodey.
Yeah, Brody, and you know what I really love? The first thing he asked for is American cheeseburger.
Yeah, for cheeseburger.
And this Burger King is a Whopper. I'm like, man, what kind of great advertisement is that? Iron Man eats the Whopper.
That's an excellent idea. But the sad thing is, if I crash in the sand, I want a different company. I don't really want a Whopper. I think I want something better.
No, I think they did that because he wanted to do the press conference, right? So they probably just pick up whatever they had on the way.
Sure.
That also shows when Tony Stark decided to do something about the weapon stuff. He didn't just stop somewhere for himself.
If we're going to talk about fictional things in a movie,
yeah,
it's him picking up a Whopper being the first place he saw. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm driving down the street, I usually see a McDonald's long before I see.
Yeah, me too. Yep, it's just advertisement. I know.
So we know that's a lie.
But then you know what? Because we're in Texas, though. I don't see a lot of Burger Kings around here either. But if you probably go to another state.
Exactly what I just said.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. It's just
I almost don't see any Burger Kings. I have to go to the bad part of town to see a Burger King.
Oh shoot! I have a Burger King around my area, but it's not the closest. Back in Plano, I know exactly where all the Burger Kings are because there's only 2.
But are they still there?
Yeah, they're still there.
Are closed down,
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're still there. The one by Cody's house, and there's one by where I used to live in Plano on the east side of 75.
Well, I know we used to eat a Burger King. Remember?
Yeah. It's just it's not very common. Oh, that's 3 actually. No,
it's not that common. That's what I'm getting at. That's the whole point.
It's so tough.
So I don't know how. I guess there is a
Texas
Burger King.
thing.
It's probably the only Burger King in the area is the one right next to Stark Enterprises.
So I was gonna ask you. I live in Texas a long time now, but is it a Texas thing that they don't like Burger King or?
No. Oh. I don't know what that's a Burger King's problem.
Oh, okay. Texas like Whataburger better.
Oh yeah.
Whataburger is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's the best. What are you talking about?
I don't know about that. I can't say it's the best.
Oh God, it's better than Burger King by a long shot.
Oh, it's better than Burger King. I highly agree. It's better than McDonald's.
Let me put it this way: I would take a Whataburger over a Whopper and a Big Mac.
I would too.
Together.
Yeah, I would too.
I'll just order another one.
There's a burger I love at Whataburger. The avocado bacon burger. That's my favorite.
Everything they make is my favorite.
You know what? The mushroom Swiss is good. The stupid, Jalapeno cheddar.
Okay, let's just get this one. The A1 steak burgers are good. No. So okay, he gets a Whopper, and then he gets and he sits down and talks to a bunch of people while he's eating a Whopper.
Oh yeah, he's eating the Whopper. You know, even Obi asked him like, "Hey, you have one there for me?" No, I got this one for myself.
Yeah,
because he already ate one, and he's eating another one.
The sad thing is talking about this scene makes me want a Whopper.
It does. Like I had never wanted like a Burger King, but like talk about that.
You know, the sad thing is while he's talking to all those reporters there, all those reporters are probably thinking,
"Oh, man, I want a burger."
You know, I bet you after he got done with the news conference, everybody went to Burger King.
What'd you think about that news conference? He announced that they will no longer make weapons. Oh my God! Like, he doesn't even run the company. He decides that's the shit that he want to say.
Well, that's usually what rich people do, isn't it?
Yeah,
just say whatever they want.
Rich people do. Like, hey, just
we're not going to no longer make weapons. That's it.
Yeah.
Which, of course, you know how they're making fun because it even shows Jeff Kramer.
Mad Money guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mad Money. Jeff Kramer.
A weapons company that doesn't make weapons.
Yeah, sell.
They did the thing where they talk about stocks a little bit. That's just only a little part, like, you know, to get 40 points or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it went more than 40 points, so.
Yeah, it went for 40 points. Yep, that was just, you know, as guesstimate. I do like the nuke reactor. Like, he did take it out. He asked Pepper how small her hands
were. The new arc reactor.
Yeah, the new arc reactor.
Yeah, that was a good scene, too, where he takes the arc reactor, because this is another part of where he just constantly upgrades all his stuff.
Yeah.
And he has to, because the older, and this is actually a plot point in the story, since that he has to use the old arc reactor again, remember? But he builds a new arc reactor, and he has her
Pepper
put it in there, and it's just like operation.
It is, and he told her, he was about to tell her, don't put that wine, and then she yanks it off anyway.
Yeah, she yanks all that out. Oh, it's okay.
I'm just going to cardiac arrest.
Yeah, and he probably really was, and I think he was just messing with her, because, you know, he was able to just put that arc reactor in, no big deal.
Yeah, he just had to connect
if you really yank something out important, I think you have to put that important part back in.
Yeah, because, like, you know, so if I think he was just trying to tell her not to do it so quick, because you have a time limit. Yeah, you take this one out and immediately put the other one back in, but he didn't get you telling that because you just yanked it in immediately anyway.
Yeah. Of course, he lets her keep the other arc reactor.
Yep. Yeah, he said to throw it away. Like, do I know nostalgia to you?
Yeah.
Just throw it away.
Well, what he said, I've been called a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly. Nostalgia isn't one of them. And he's right, because he's innovative.
Yeah, he's innovative. He's always moving forward.
You know, it's really funny. Like, I was thinking, like, when he told you to throw it away, right? Even if she was going to throw it away, like, where do you get rid of this thing? Like, do I go to Best Buy and put it in the battery pile?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny because he tells her to incinerate it. I'm like,
yes, she did, yeah.
It'd probably explode to blow up his whole house.
Yeah. And then, that she keeping as a keepsake was really good, though. Like, it shows that Iron Man has a heart.
Because you remember when they're building the arc reactor?
Yeah.
He builds it in the cave, and Yeltsin asked him how much energy he puts it out. He says, he didn't say gigawatts, he said gigajoules. It's
gigajoules.
Like 2 gigajoules per second. I was like, everybody's doing the giga now.
Yep. I mean, I don't even understand that math anyway. You can say whatever you want.
But I mean, he's got gigajoules, and of course, Back to the Future has gigawatts.
Yeah, and then it brings me that, you know, it brings to the important point in the story when, like, Obi was trying to ask his engineers, like, you know, we talk about the technology is right there. You know, Tony Stark was able to build this smaller inside a cave. And then the scientist said what I was thinking at the time when I was watching the movie, like, yeah, but I'm not Tony Stark. What the hell? What do you want me to do? I'm not as smart as this guy.
Which is also cool because we got to remember that character that he's talking to. The scientist is an important character now.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yes. We'll see this whole scene again farther in the MCU.
Okay, I can't wait for that.
I'm pretty sure that this. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that I don't know. Maybe they changed actors, but the actor that plays that scientist is supposed to be Ralphie.
Ralphie, really?
Yeah, Ralphie from A Christmas Story.
Oh shit, that's right. You're right. He is in Iron Man. I remember seeing something about that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that's Ralphie.
You know what? Just looking at that scene, he looks like Ralphie.
Yeah, well, see, that's what happened when he grows up. See, we saw his early life.
Yeah, this was it. You know, just Ralphie don't put an eye out.
We didn't know I didn't know his dad was Kolchak the Night Stalker, but hey, Kolchak.
Oh
So yeah,
man.
that's Rocky. So that's a important scene further in the MCU.
Right. And before we get like, I think was it before or after this scene where Obi kills those Middle Eastern people?
This is way after.
This way
This is
after this.
after Pepper
Okay.
Potts leaves. Remember after
Okay.
Pepper Potts, yeah, has already went to the Shield. This is the in the movie
Oh
when this
yes,
is
you downloaded all the files and stuff. You know what's
yeah
really
when she
interesting?
downloads it.
I was going to point out to you like maybe that's why they didn't give him that guy a name anyway because he was going to die.
Too.
Obi kills him and
Oh
Obi
yeah,
didn't.
okay, yeah, that's you're probably right because well, we
He's not
assumed that he
important
died.
enough to
We didn't see him shoot him, but I'm
no.
sure they did.
Yeah, they probably just, get rid of
I
the
mean, he couldn't move
evidence.
though. Maybe he didn't get shot because they couldn't see him because he didn't move. They just
He
shot
didn't move.
everybody that moved, you
They
know.
just shot everybody to move. They froze everybody. I like that technology though.
But
That
this, but I also
silent
want to
thing.
point out that the actor that plays the main guy, the main villain for Ten Rings, he's the
Yeah.
captain of the Kelvin in Star Trek.
Oh, he is.
Yes, which was funny because Thor is his first officer.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. So these people are the nerd movies together.
Yeah, these people are these are alternate realities.
Yes, alternate realities. Yes.
Who would have known that Chris's Pine or Steve Trevor's dad was Thor?
Yes. James Key Kirk. Tiberius Kirk.
Yeah, they must have had a pretty big falling out because Captain Kirk went and hung out with Wonder Woman. Wrong universe.
Oh, I still haven't seen the Wonder Woman movies.
Oh, okay.
Even though I
Well,
like the actress a lot.
I'm sure it's good. I mean,
Oh, you
I've
haven't
seen
seen
it.
them either. Okay.
I've seen it. I actually saw Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the Wonder Woman.
But let me just tell you, it sure ain't the MCU.
Oh, yeah, that's why I hear it too. I mean, like, what is the one movie from DC that's like MCU? Any one of them, well,
That's
except for
what?
Batman. Which one of the DC movies, right, is level up to MCU? The only one I can think of is probably Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
Batman. I can't. Oh, you meant it's quality wise.
Yeah, quality wise.
Yeah, I'd say the Christopher Nolan
Yeah,
Batman
Christopher
movies
Nolan stuff. Yeah.
are the best in a way. I don't know. I guess it just depends on what you like. Because I mean, I like the first Batman movie
I
still.
did too. I like the
I
Michael
love
Keaton
Michael
Batman. I
Keaton. I
still
mean,
do.
I'd say it's good. I mean, but it stood alone. I mean, it stood alone. I mean, all those are standalone. I mean, where they say which DC movie was the best that could have been a good rival to the MCU.
Yeah.
I actually think Batman. I mean, Batman versus Superman.
Oh, that was a pretty good one.
But we saw the rest of the universe. But I mean, they had a pretty good thing going. I think.
Yeah.
Man of Steel.
Man of
I
Steel
didn't
was
think.
pretty good.
I didn't think. What was it? Suicide Squad was all that great, but
I
it was
haven't seen
part of
it yet.
it was part of that universe.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet though.
So, but yeah, I think that they had a good start. I still don't think it was as good as.
I know which one. Watchmen.
No.
Watchmen was good.
I don't really think. Well, I thought Watchmen was good, but I don't think it was that good.
Watchmen was better than Justice League. Can I compare it like that?
Well,
And then
yeah.
you'd be like, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of movies better than Justice League.
Yeah, there's a lot. Even the Police Academy. I'm gonna go keep going back to
No, I'm
Police
not gonna say
Academy.
Police Academy. I don't know. Police Academy was pretty good, so he might have been better than you.
I was like, Police Academy 2 is better than Justice League.
You know what's really gonna suck? Since there's another Justice League movie coming out,
Yeah, in a
they're
couple
gonna
of
have to
days.
like. The problem is they said they reshoot the movie. I'm like, you're gonna have to completely reshoot the movie
Did we
if you're
shoot
gonna
the
make it
movie
better.
or just like Snyder using what he shot
I
to
don't
be in the
know.
movie? Because
But
when I saw the
let me put it
trailer,
this way.
Superman
Let
had
me
a
put it this
black
way.
suit on, and I don't remember seeing that in the Justice League
Well,
movie.
he had a black suit on. They took it. They got rid of it when Whedon took over.
Hmm.
I think the black suit was there, and they just drew the other suit on top of it.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, they're going to have to really rewrite the lines and everything.
Hey,
I
it's
mean,
all in the edit, right?
it just wasn't that good. I mean, it could have been. I think it could have been good. It's just I saw it and I wasn't impressed.
Hey, it's all in the edit, okay? I seen a trailer of Kindergarten Cop. They edited it to look like a horror movie, okay?
Yeah,
It's probably just all in the edit. The lines
it
will
may
still
be.
be the same, so we'll
I
have
mean,
to see.
we'll get to see it later this year.
Yeah, so I think it's summer, so
But
whenever
hey,
that comes out.
it's still not going to beat the MCU.
No,
too
it's
late.
not. It's not.
Too
Nothing.
late. I mean,
Nothing
come on.
from the DC.
You
Like
can put all the Joker movies out you want. You're not going to beat the MCU.
No.
I don't give a crap if you win an Oscar for your DC movies. I mean,
That
come
would
on.
be the day.
The Marvel movies should be getting Oscars, and DC movies are.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't know why. I don't actually understand why DC movies are taken more serious than the Marvel Universe movies.
I don't know. Like you said, it's
They
all
are.
over the place.
But they are. The way that the Batman movies and stuff, they're always treated like they're this main great cinema movies, and MCU movies are just kind of they're nerd movies.
Yeah, you know what? I get that feeling too.
It
like
is.
Even the new Batman trailer, it's not like for nerds. It's like very serious tone.
Yeah, it's like the Batmans are for really stuffy people, and the MCU's for everybody else.
Yeah, it's for MCU, it's for everybody else. You know, my wife Heather loves these movies now.
I know they're like, I mean, they're like, oh, Christopher Nolan directed these 3 movies, so these are classy. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know that. I mean, I love Christopher Nolan, but I don't know he could do MCU.
Oh yeah, you know what? The Batman movie, especially the Dark Knight, it was more like everyone instead of this. Like I feel like that was more general audience though for the Dark Knight with the detective theme for the Batman movie.
Yeah.
The second one was
really
good.
To me, that his Batman movies they were good, but he kind of got away from Batman. To me, it wasn't very Batman-ish to me. The first one was, but the
first
last
one
2
was. The second one
was not. 2, yeah, especially the third one is all daylight, and I'm just like, Batman lost all his power. His whole power is about being at night. I mean, I had to read a comic book about if I had to read a comic book about Bruce Wayne, I'd be bored.
So,
but that's where Tony Stark. See, who doesn't want to read a comic book about Tony Stark? Just
Tony Stark can do it anytime. It was mostly daytime.
Yeah, because Tony Stark is Tony Stark.
Tony Stark. I mean,
and the neat thing, here's another thing about the movie, because at the end of the movie, we know that Tony Stark is Iron Man.
Yep.
But in the comic books, it was a secret. Everybody believes in the comic books, Iron Man is the bodyguard of Tony Stark.
Iron Man is the bodyguard of Tony Stark. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that everybody believes, and at the end of this movie, that's what S.H.I.E.L.D. wanted him to tell. Remember when he had to give that speech?
Yeah, it was a bodyguard. Yep.
Of course, he's like, "How is anybody gonna believe that's my bodyguard?"
Yeah.
But in the comic books, he is the bodyguard.
Oh, that's really good. I like that how they put that in there. I didn't even know that because I don't read a lot.
Yeah, that's the neatest thing, because the problem is when Stark had to appear and then Iron Man had to appear at the same deals, he usually got Rhodey to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing with Iron Man, because I mean the whole movie is really Tony Stark. Tony Stark is the superhero. It's not Iron Man. He wears the Iron Man suit, but in the comic books, anybody can wear the Iron Man suit.
Yeah, you're right.
Pepper Potts is wearing the Iron Man suit. And then she got her own suit.
It's just called Rescue, right?
Yeah, she gets rescued, but she's worn the Iron Man suit. I mean, a lot of people have worn the Iron Man suit.
Yeah, it's whoever wear the Iron Man suit.
I mean, Rhodey has done the most, but again, he's also a War Machine.
He's a War Machine. You know what's really funny? Do you know what we forgot that part I was going to point out when he asked for Rhodey's help, and Rhodey looked at the silver Iron Man. He's like, nope, maybe next time.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so great.
Sadly, we didn't actually get a next time for that actor.
Not the actor, because he's a drama queen. You know that, right?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna get to it because I like that actor.
Oh, I like Terrence Howard. He's a good actor.
Guy. I think he did an excellent job as Rhodey.
Yeah, he's a good actor, but he's
I mean, that's what they said, but we don't really know. We don't know the whole story.
He's like that because not even from Iron Man, right? From his other movies that he's been in too.
Oh, really? Okay, I never.
You know why he won it, right? From Disney, he won the same pay scale as Robert Downey Jr. He won the same pay scale as Robert Downey Jr.
Well, if he would have got a War Machine movie, maybe he could have got it.
Yeah, but then it's the whole it's not centered around Rhodey though, you know, like he's not the main character.
You're right. But anyways, like I said, they could do Iron Man 4 if they want to, because anybody could be Iron Man.
Yeah, anybody can be Iron Man. Yep.
I mean, it's not going to be. It's going to. I don't know. You can't say it's not going to be as good as other Iron Man. I mean, they don't have to bring. They don't. I really don't want them to reboot Tony Stark.
No, it's kind of like Black Panther. They're not going to reboot Black Panther because Kevin Feige said they're not recasting Black Panther.
Yeah, well, but sometimes they do. They use other actors or try to go, oh, we're going to do a different little story.
Anybody could be Black Panther too. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I hope they don't do like a I hope they don't do an alternate reality story where some other type of Tony Stark comes in and beats Tony Stark in this
Well,
world.
you know, Disney Plus is going to have a Marvel What If, right? The What If series, yeah. So
yeah,
we don't
it's
know.
going to be a cartoon.
Yeah, it's a cartoon. Like they show
But
Agent
there's a What
Peggy.
If comic book too.
Yes.
You know.
I do.
What if they lose the Infinity War, or what if all these people?
What if Steve Rogers was not Captain America? What if Peggy was Captain America?
Exactly.
Yeah, they showed that in the trailer. I was like,
oh, did they? Oh, okay, I didn't know there was a trailer for it already.
They show instead of Guardians of the Galaxy, instead of Peter Quill, it's Black Panther. It's
really?
T'Challa. Yeah, they picked up T'Challa. Awesome. Yeah, it is. It's so interesting, man.
Plus, you're gonna get the real actors.
Yo, they got the real actors. That's Yandu's in it, and you can tell that's Michael Rooker immediately. The voice, because he has a very distinct voice, you know.
Yes, he does.
And it's like it's Michael Rooker. Like, it's so great.
But yeah, so I mean, come on, this is the greatest thing about Iron Man. It was the gateway to all the other movies.
Yeah, I love it.
Because if this Iron Man movie wouldn't have worked.
No. And you know what's
good? That's the problem, because if this Iron Man movie wouldn't work, we wouldn't got this universe. Because I mean, we would have got the Hulk still.
Yeah, because
I'm thinking the Hulk was already made. But the problem is that Hulk would have never lit. Like, if we would have started with the Hulk, we wouldn't have got the MCU.
No, it had to be started with a strong character, like the leader of it all, the one that started it, the one that ends it in this phase 1, 2, 3.
Well, he just gets to end it because people, it's so successful. That's why he gets to end it. I mean, come on. If the Captain America or the Thor movies would have been more powerful, they probably would have ended this story.
They would have ended, with
But I mean, we got more Iron Man, and people just loved it.
Yeah, I did. I liked Iron Man.
And we got to think. I mean,
I never used to like Iron Man, you know.
And it's because Robert Downey Jr. basically.
It's Robert Downey Jr. That's it.
I mean, the guy that we didn't think was going to do it is the one who made it all.
A lot of people like Robert Downey Jr. cast because he's in real life he's always struggling with those problems, you know. Yeah. He's like a real life Iron Man, like an actor wise. He got in trouble. He didn't care. Like, you know, he think the world revolves around him, even though he's a young punk kid.
Yeah,
he really turned his life around.
Yeah, he did, and then he made one of the most popular movie superheroes. So
he did. There's not another right character to play Iron Man besides Robert Downey Jr.
No, I can't think of anybody else.
No,
I mean I knew that the guy that played Justin Hammer in the second movie, they considered him for Iron Man.
Yeah, they did. I know.
Which I guess would have been okay, but I liked it that he came and played Justin Hammer better. Yep. So.
But I mean, Sam Rockwell is a good actor too. That's why.
Well, he is an excellent actor.
He's excellent.
And I mean, he probably could have done Iron Man just well. He probably would have been crazy too. But I mean, I liked Robert Downey Jr.'s take.
Yeah, I like Robert Downey Jr. very bad.
I like his ad libs and how he's smart. He gives everybody just a funny name.
Yes, Point Break.
Yeah, hey Point Break. Hey, what did he call that other guy? He called it. Oh, Ponytail Express.
Yes.
Hey, Ponytail Express. You got the time?
Yeah, Tony Stark is a really good character. Well, Robert Downey Jr. is a great character for Tony Stark.
Well, I mean, also, Gwyneth Paltrow was pretty good.
No, Gwyneth Paltrow was great.
I mean, all the actors that they picked were excellent. I mean, they didn't pick any weak actors.
You know, we talked about that before. Even for Daredevil, Luke Cage, is like the casting is superb.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's an important part. I mean, it's not just picking actors that can act, but it's also people that's
can carry the role.
Yeah, it's going to carry the role and be good enough to come back, you know, in other movies. Because it's not like they picked Samuel L. Jackson, and he's been in every movie that they needed him in.
Yes,
and that's a good. And that's a good thing because I don't want to go. Oh, here's Thor. Who's this guy? Oh, that's Samuel. I mean, that's Nick Fury now. And then the next movie, Nick Fury's different. You know, you don't want to see that.
Oh, I know.
I mean, everybody's come back. You didn't get a different Thor. You don't want a different Captain America.
The only person that's like majorly different is just Edward Norton. Doesn't want to,
Well, yeah, out of the main cast, but also War Machine changes.
We got a different actor for him. But Don Cheadle is also a good actor too, though.
Well, Don Cheadle's a super actor.
Yep.
But I just like, I got this. I liked the. You know, the first guy first. I mean, it's hard to say how good he would have been if he would have got. I mean, I'm glad. I guess if they were going to have trouble with him, I guess it's good that they dropped him early.
Yeah.
Because I'd hate to get halfway through the Avengers and go, oh.
Oh, they changed it. I know.
Why does Rhodey look different now?
You know what? You're right. They changed him after, like, they didn't replace Natalie Portman. They just didn't have her part of the story.
Yeah.
And then she decided to come back, which is great.
Yeah,
so
I mean, and it's good.
Are these two the major ones? Just Edward Norton and Terrence Howard?
That's the only two people I can think of that didn't come back. I mean, maybe there's somebody else.
The guy who plays Red Skull. He's not the same actor in the Endgame.
Yeah, but that actually doesn't really matter.
No, that doesn't matter, yeah.
Because the way they did it, I couldn't even tell if that was Red Skull in Endgame.
Yeah, I can't either. Until I actually read about it.
The only reason I know it's Red Skull is because people say it's Red Skull. But when I was sitting there watching the movie and he pops up, I thought he was Taskmaster.
Taskmaster, huh?
But he's not.
Is it? Yeah.
No, he's not.
No, because that's how they tie everything together with Endgame, yeah.
But yeah, it turned out it was Red Skull.
So on this Phase 1, 2, 3, it was about the Infinity Stones, but Iron Man didn't stop about that.
Yeah, because maybe they didn't know which direction they were going yet. Because before we see what's the next movie because we don't see an Infinity Stone in Hulk. There's not an Infinity. Is there an Infinity Stone in the very first Thor? Because there's no Infinity Stone in the second.
Tesseract, right? When did it?
No, the Tesseract's Avengers. The first Infinity Stone would be Avengers.
Avengers.
Yes.
That's why that's where Thanos was introduced.
Yes. So yeah, so the whole thing wasn't really set up yet. I think I think it was just trying to get it together.
Just get the main characters together.
Yeah, just make them likable enough that you can get people to come see the Avengers.
Right, because the first one is Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, then Iron Man 2.
I think the biggest problem is this could have not have worked too. What if this didn't get popular? Yeah, they're not going to waste money making an Avengers movie because think how expensive that would be.
Yeah, I know.
Because they already tried to do another universe. Universal tried to do their monster universe again with the zombies. No, they already tried. It failed. It was was it The Mummy?
Oh, The Mummy.
With Tom Cruise.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That was the first movie. That was going to be a monster series. It's supposed to be that movie, and that's why Russell Crowe came in as Jekyll and Dr. Hyde.
Oh.
It was supposed to have his own. Everybody's supposed to get their own movie, and they're supposed to have a Dracula. And they were going to have, all the characters again.
Also, it didn't work out for them.
Because
the nerd fan base is not as big enough as the MCU.
Did you see the Mummy? Did you see the Mummy with Tom Cruise?
I did not. Did you?
Okay. Yes.
Just by your answer, your tone.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw it. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go see another one.
So it's not a good Tom Cruise movie.
No, it's not.
Not as good as a Minority Report or Oblivion.
No, it's nowhere near any of those.
Oh,
come on, no.
I don't know.
It was just long.
Oh, really? No, I have never seen.
It felt like it was really long and it was boring. And I'm like, out of all the horror movies I've seen, this is one of the worst.
So you're trying to tell me that the Monsters movie, they're trying to do the same thing as MCU by casting the.
Well, you got to think Universal in the I don't know what years in the 40s maybe they had monster movies. And their characters were, they had a monster universe. The guy that played the Wolfman could be in different movies. They had like the Wolfman, they had the Invisible Man, they had Dracula, and then they had stories where they had Dracula and Frankenstein in the same story, or Frankenstein and the Wolfman, and it was the same actors playing most of the characters throughout the deal. So they had a universe before the MCU.
Oh, okay.
And these are all in black and white movies.
Yeah, black and white movies, yeah.
Yeah, so, Universal had a monster universe.
Oh.
That's why they try to bring it back. It just didn't work.
It didn't work. No one can succeed like the MCU.
Yeah. And, you got to also think that what was it, Kong, Skull Island.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be another movie series.
Well, isn't it? Isn't it Godzilla vs. Kong kind of...
I think it is part of that universe, but it doesn't seem to be going as well as the MCU.
It's not, because MCU is able to spit out these things monthly now. Because if you think about it, 2020 we had no MCU.
That's the thing. Yeah, you got to think, because after we watched Thor, by the time we watched Thor, we're waiting for the next. We're waiting for the next movie. Iron Man come out and was good, and then the Hulk come out. It was okay. I wasn't really interested in seeing the Hulk, and then after
Iron Man 2 came out.
Yeah, after Iron Man 2 came out. Yeah, once Iron Man 2 came out, then that's when you were interested, because at the end of Iron Man 2, it's like, hey, Thor's next.
Yes.
After the end of Thor, it sets it up. You want to see Captain America.
Captain America. And then
after Captain America, it's like, we want to see the Avengers. I mean, it kept you wanting. And that's the thing. Every one of these movies made you want to see the next Marvel movie.
Yeah. Shoot, WandaVision? I can't wait to see Doctor Strange now. I want to go straight into Doctor Strange. They probably haven't even shot it yet.
Hey, well, that means that we're gonna have to wait a long time.
It's they say 2022, like March or something.
I mean, come on. Why don't they use their advanced Marvel technology and get rid of the pandemic so they can just go ahead and film it? I mean, come on.
They always start filming Spider-Man, so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want them to get sick and die, but hey.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get sick and die either.
After this thing's over, I want to go see a Marvel movie immediately, which will probably be Black Widow.
It's Black Widow that comes out in May.
Okay, so everything will be over by. So everything's will be over by then.
Yeah, it needs to be, because like right now, WandaVision's about to be over, and then the Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out in March.
Okay.
It's like only 6 episodes though.
That's okay.
That's long enough for me.
Yeah, I mean it's good, because I mean, think if it's longer, look how long you're gonna have to wait to see everyone.
I know. I think it's probably coming out on March 15th, so middle of March by the time it's over, right? And then Black Widow comes out.
I think I actually supposed to think that something that happens in Black Widows, and you find is some information you get in Winter Soldier and Falcon.
I don't know.
That's what they're saying. So that'd explain why it leads off into that movie.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope so, because it was supposed to come out last April. Yeah.
But I also want to think of Iron Man, the neat thing in Iron Man, and they probably didn't think about it, but, Nick Fury shows up at the end.
Yeah.
And his first thing he says to him is,
you think you're the only superhero.
You're the only superhero. Which at the time didn't mean a real dude, because you think, okay, so we're going to see the Hulk now.
Yeah.
But no.
Because he'll talk about Captain Marvel.
But yeah, well, Captain Marvel, plus you also got to remember Ant-Man and the Wasp exist. The Ant-Man. Remember Ant-Man?
Yeah.
The Ant-Man movie we see isn't the Ant-Man that existed. Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. had Ant-Man working for him.
Really?
The old man. Yeah, remember? Did you watch Ant-Man?
I did. Henry Pym, right?
Yeah, Henry Pym is the first Ant-Man.
Oh, shit, MCU. That's right.
And his wife is the first Wasp.
That's right. Remember?
So they're working for Peggy Carter in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
So that's 3 superheroes. Then you got to remember, he probably also was talking about Captain America.
Captain America.
So that's 4 heroes now that we know of that existed before Iron Man.
Before Iron Man. Yeah. I'm so glad I talked to you about this. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 4 superheroes that we know of now, but there's probably more.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to find out that they knew about Namor, the Submariner.
The Submariner.
A Submariner, however you want to say it.
Submariner. I say Submariner because Submariner.
Okay.
Submariner.
Yeah, I've heard other people say it.
I know this is a hot language. Okay, it's not my first language. I can say either way.
Yeah, well, everybody likes to pronounce it the way they want to pronounce it.
Laboratory, lavatory. Which one is it? What the hell?
Oh, we're not English. It's lavatory. And it's aluminum too, by the way.
Aluminum. That's the first time I heard the word. The first time
aluminum.
I heard aluminum was from a guy from Thailand.
You mean aluminum?
Yeah, aluminum. Like when he said aluminum, I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah, what kind of bell is that? Man, y'all guys are bad.
Huh? I never heard that before until I was like 21, 22. I never heard it like that.
This guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Aluminum. Then I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, you're like, I got aluminum wheels and you have aluminum.
Aluminum.
My wheels are better than yours because they're aluminum.
America.
But also, I don't remember the second Iron Man movie where we see that little missile that Hammer Enterprises makes.
Well, do we want to talk about that yet, or we have to wait 2 weeks from now?
Well, I just want to say that, remember, Tony Stark in the first movie, shoots out a little missile.
Yeah, he shot a little missile to that tank.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I've already seen this.
Yes.
Or text is a copy.
I can't remember all of Iron Man 2.
Oh.
I remember the first Iron Man very well.
Oh, I remember the second one really well too.
Yeah.
I actually liked the second one. I mean, a lot of people were a little disappointed in the second one. I remember, but I
Let
guess
me
that's
think.
for talk about it another time. But yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it as much as I liked it probably as much as like the first one.
I don't know why nobody liked it. Mickey Rourke was in it. He played a villain. I like
Yeah,
Mickey Rourke. You don't like Mickey Rourke? What the hell?
I
He's
like
a
Mickey Rourke. I
great
mean, I don't know
guy.
him that. I don't
I
know
don't know
him
him
that
that well, but
well.
I think he's a great actor too.
I think I mean, he apparently is a good actor. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
he
been in
does
a
the
lot of
Russian
stuff.
accent. He's not even Russian, man. He's a fucking American.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty intense. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, the villain in this movie was just Obi Stain, which
Yes.
he's the dude.
Yeah.
But I
He's
thought
as
he did a
smart
good
as
job.
Iron Man. Yeah,
I
but
thought
we'll
Jeff
talk about
Bridges
that.
did it. Yeah, Jeff Bridges did a
No,
really
Jeff
good
Bridges
job.
did a great job.
I
You know,
mean, I like the guy.
he was in
I mean,
Tron, and now he's in fucking MCU.
yeah, no, he did an excellent job. I mean,
He did.
he played a business,
Yeah.
sneaky businessman
I mean,
pretty
like, I
well.
don't think I've ever seen Jeff Bridges play a bad guy before this
That's
one.
the thing. I can't. Well, I mean, other than Tron,
Well,
but no, I've never seen him. I mean, I've never seen him play a role. I mean, he's played a lot of roles, but I mean, I thought that was good because at first of the movie, I didn't even realize it was
Jeff Bridges, right?
Jeff
Because he
Bridges.
shaved
I
his
know.
head because he's
It wasn't
sometimes
until
this
the end of the
surfer
movie.
haircut.
It wasn't towards the end of the movie because I remember we sitting there and you're like, "Hey, that's Jeff Bridges," and I was like, "No."
Yeah, because like I said, you usually see him with that California surfer haircut, right?
Yeah,
Like
no.
his movie's like bald. Like what the hell happened?
Yeah, no.
That's
They
not the
got.
Big Lebowski I know.
Yeah, no. He did his work. He did his work for this movie.
Yeah, he did. It's really well.
I mean, yeah, that's what I said. It had a pretty good cast,
It's a great cast.
and
Like
it
all
had
these
some, and it
villains.
had a lot of people just getting more famous, like Bill Colson.
Bill Cosby, yep.
Yeah, I mean, he was just, it's probably just supposed to be a bit part, but everybody started to like this. I mean, who was the guy that linked the MCU together?
Yeah.
Because he appears in almost everything.
They cannot let Samuel L. Jackson
Well,
die.
until he gets killed in Avengers, but then he just gets a TV show.
Yeah, that's a
That's what happens.
cool.
If you die in the movies, you get a TV show.
Wow, that's a good trade off. You still got a job, you know.
Yeah. Well, he got to work more than everybody else.
But Agent of Shield, that's on Netflix too, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm surprised not
Yes,
on
it is.
Disney Plus.
It is. It is on. It may be, but I know it's on Netflix because I put it on one of my favorites.
Okay.
So I haven't watched it yet, but I mean, I want to rewatch it because there's a lot of episodes that mess. I mean, it ties into Winter Soldier really good.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, it's about the only one it actually ties into the best. I mean, they just mentioned the other movies. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for Captain America 4. I mean, Rhodey it could be a War Machine story. I'm okay with that.
Oh, I was gonna say most of the major characters from this first, I guess phase 1, 2, 3, only Thor made it to the second, like a sequel, like
Yeah, so
Love
far
and Thunder.
Thor's the only guy we're gonna see.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man, but like nothing like Captain
Well,
America.
and
and
Wanda.
Iron Man. Yeah, Wanda. But she doesn't have her own movie though.
Yeah, you're right. I guess everybody that had their own movie, Thor's it.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man. So yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Mainly, we just lost just 3 characters.
Yeah, Captain America, Iron Man,
and Thor.
And Thor.
Because I mean, we're also getting Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. And I
and
forgot, Hawkeye is getting his own series. Did you know that?
The Hulk?
No, Hawkeye.
Oh, Hawkeye, yeah, but he's not going to be in it that long.
No, but they did announce She-Hulk.
Okay.
She is going to be an attorney for, her cases are like superheroes and stuff.
Yeah,
so Kevin Feige, he's like, so you'll never know who might be in this series of She-Hulk, because Ruffalo is going to be in it too.
Okay, well, that's good. See, so we still got the Hulk.
Yeah, we still got the Hulk.
I hope he works out so he can get that arm back to normal.
It just takes time to heal, okay?
Yeah, well, maybe. I mean, it's just, I mean, a really big guy with a tiny arm
well, obviously, if they introduce, what is it, Fantastic Four, they're going to introduce Doctor Doom, right? But you know who going to introduce in Ant-Man 3?
Yeah, I told you. Clang.
Yeah. Yes!
That's why I was thinking Kang the Conqueror could be the main villain.
The main villain of the
because he's an
new
Avenger.
Avengers. Yeah.
He's an Avenger villain. He's not an Ant-Man villain. Ant-Man, I mean, he's a huge villain. So I'm like, why is he fighting the Wasp? I mean, so they could lead him to a big because he time travels.
Yes, you told me that. I remember that. Yeah, he time travels.
For all we know, when we see the next Avenger movie, it could have two Captain Americas.
Ooh.
Steve Rogers and the Falcon.
And
they could bring Iron Man back from another timeline.
Oh, I see where
they could bring a lot of people back from another timeline to help fight. For all we know, Kang the Conqueror kills everybody in the Phase 2 timeline.
So you're talking about Secret Wars then?
All right, they should have already did Secret Wars.
Huh?
Because if they would have did Secret Wars, then we should have seen Venom.
We'll see what happens on Spider-Man 3.
But see, somebody needs to talk to Sony because we could have been introduced to Venom during Endgame when Spider-Man went to space. Since Venom's from space, Spider-Man goes to space. Why didn't he get the symbiote suit there on that stupid Titan planet?
Hey, we don't know what happened. Okay.
They could have. That would have been a good story right there.
Yeah.
Instead, we get some standalone Venom movie. I'm like, what? You know what? I didn't even watch it.
Sony's trying to. It's okay. It's better than the new Fantastic Four. I can tell you that much.
No, Sony needs to get on board.
To give that stuff back, yeah, they do.
Yeah, they need to get the stuff back. I'm thinking if they're going to keep Spider-Man, they better be playing Marvel's game.
Yeah, they need to be involved. I highly agree. Sony needs to give it up.
Well, I said they can keep it, but like I said, they need to play the game right.
No, I didn't.
So, if you're not going to play the game, if you're not going to play the game right, give your toys back to Marvel and go home.
Yeah, and go home. To do something else. I don't know what Sony's famous for.
There's nothing other than Spider-Man. Nothing.
Nothing, right?
I can't think of anything that Sony does. I mean, they even weaseled their way into the James Bond series, even though they don't produce James Bond.
Oh.
It's MGM.
Yeah, what else? That's why Sony's trying to hold on so bad to Spider-Man.
Sony leeches everything from some other studio.
Well, they do make pretty good cameras. I give you that. Like,
yeah. But I'm not going to watch a movie about a camera.
Yeah, you're right. Like, they need to give. I'm telling you, Shane. They need to give it up.
They make good TVs too, but I'm going to go watch a movie about a TV. I'll watch a movie on their TV.
On a TV, but yeah, I don't even.
I'd watch a movie on their Sony TVs, but I'm not going to watch them leech stuff away. I mean, they got Columbia Pictures, and I mean they've had a lot of good movies, but they don't have anything like MCU or.
No, that's why they tried so hard for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's not even theirs. You know.
I thought it was. They have the rights.
Well, I mean, they own the rights to it, but they didn't create Spider-Man.
No, they're leeching.
And they're not what makes and they're not what keeps Spider-Man popular.
No.
I mean, if Marvel wanted to, they could kill off Spider-Man in the comic books and then probably just make him disappear.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you know what?
Because let me put it this way, Marvel has control for toys.
Yeah, merchandising.
So they can make sure there's no Spider-Man toys.
They could. But
they did for Fantastic Four.
Oh shit, they did. Well, that's for Fox though. That's from Fox.
Yeah. Well, they could do the same thing to Sony.
Wait, so Sony only has Spider-Man and
villains. Just anything that's in Spider-Man's universe.
Huh.
Well, it's in the Spider-Man comic book.
Hey, I'm gonna end it for Iron Man here right now. Hold on, let me give this chance to end it. We're gonna see. You know what? Next time when we come back, right? We're gonna do the Hulk because that's the second movie from the MCU. But this is for today for Iron Man. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.